Hi, my name is Andy, and I'm from debnroo.com. I'm here to show you how to clean a Drinkwell Platinum fountain. Now, the Drinkwell Platinum is the only one of the product line that you can put in the dishwasher. However, there are still some things that you need to clean by hand, and I want to show you how to do that. Now, the Drinkwell Platinum has some major components, and I'm going to go through those parts, and as we're disassembling these, I'm going to show you how to clean them as I put it all back together. So first of all, we have the reservoir. Now, the reservoir just lifts off the back like this, and it has a cap on it that allows you access to the interior like this. We're going to take that and put that to the side. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take off the lid, and that just kind of comes unsnapped from the top. And inside is where the filter is, and this is a Drinkwell Premium 6-chamber filter. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take the housing off of the base of the fountain, and by kind of squeezing the sides just a little bit, you loosen it from the bottom, and it comes straight off the top like that. And I'm just going to show the inside here. It's an area we're going to clean here in just a moment. What we have left is the base of the fountain, and you can see on the inside here that the parts that are remaining are the pump. Then we have a pre-filter catch, and then we have a flow control knob that's connected to the pump. So this catch right here just kind of slips out, and as you can see, it's got some holes in between that water flows through. And then the pump itself is actually held on with suction cups. I just kind of pulled the suction cups right off there. And in order to get this disconnected, the Drinkwell power cord actually comes apart, and so you're able to pull that through the access hole right here in the base of the fountain. Okay, so now I'm going to go through some of the things that need to be cleaned. Now, I started off with the reservoir. I have with me here the 3-brush cleaning kit, which we sell. This is the large, medium, and small brushes. We're going to start with the large brush, and if we take the reservoir and take the cap off, we'll be able to use the large brush inside here, and there's a sponge on the end, and it allows us to kind of be able to reach some of the areas inside here. There can be times where things like algae or debris will build up on the interior, and it's nice to be able to take a brush like this and be able to reach around and kind of wipe or scrape that stuff off. Next, I want to show you in the housing, there's a couple areas that can be cleaned. Now, one of the areas that needs to be cleaned quite regularly is what's called the riser tube. And this is, turned edgewise here, this is an area, a little tiny tube right here, and this is where the water comes up into the housing. It comes up through from down here. And this tube is something that's cleaned with this medium-sized brush. Fits in there perfectly, and you can see it coming out the other end like this. This brush can also be used. There's some nooks and crannies that this brush fits in real nice. This helps, again, get out algae or any other type of buildup that might be inside there. To get that bottom area down there, the sponge on the large cleaning brush is real nice. It reaches down in there, it kind of wipes that area out. Next thing that I want to show you is on this pre-filter catch. One of the things that we hear most from people is that they see water building up in this side of the bowl, and that it's lower in the back side of the bowl. The main culprit, most of the time, is this catch. Even though it has spaces in between and it's flexible, there's actually the ability for algae to build up in between these spaces, and that prevents water from flowing through cleanly, and that actually builds the water up in the front. We've had a few people call and say that they see water overflowing on the front. It's a telltale sign. That means that this thing is not being cleaned. And so we can take this small brush and we can clean out the areas in between there and kind of really give it a good scrubbing. And you want to get both sides of this thing. Next thing I want to show you is on the pump itself. Now, this flow control is attached to the cover to the pump. And I kind of just grabbed it and snapped it off the front right there. This front area is notorious for getting hair, food particles, algae, and other types of debris in there. You can actually see inside the little impeller blades. And if I take my little brush here, it's nice to go inside there every now and then and kind of swish that thing out there. Make sure that there's nothing that's going to stop the impeller from being able to spin. So we basically cleaned out the this area, and I've been doing this all dry. You would do this at your sink with water and soap and everything. And so now we're going to put this all back together. There's some tips I want to show you on that too. So the pump itself has suction cups and goes down into the base of the fountain like this. There's little plastic guides that tell you where the pump goes, but there's a little bit of flexibility there, and that's going to mean something in a minute when I show you. Next thing is the pre-filter catch, and it's actually got a little bit of a curve to it. And so you want to make sure that that curve is aligned with the fountain. You want the curve to go along with the curve of the fountain. And that just snaps into place like this. Next part is to feed the power cord through this part right here, and it's something that a lot of people forget before they start assembling everything. And keep in mind, when you're putting this all back together, you can do this dry. Some people actually put some of the water back in this and put it all together, and you can get yourself kind of in an awkward position if you don't put that cord through there first. Okay, and this is the trickiest part. I'm going to try to show this very well, but basically you have the bottom of this riser tube, and that thing has to connect with the hole that's on the top of the pump. And so getting this aligned, there's, notice little slots here on the base of the fountain, and then little hooks that those correspond with. Well, you got to get all these things aligned. Oh, there we go. And what you want to do is, I'm going to hold this up like this, is you want to, with your finger, kind of adjust the pump so that the riser tube meets with it. And once you have all the things basically in place, then it all snaps together. It's very important for that riser tube to be connected to the pump. Otherwise the water won't rise up into this area and it won't come out the front. You want to take a new filter. The black side always faces where the spout is. Pop that on there like that. And before you put the lid on, you would put water in the top here. You'd fill the bowl area. Snap that on there like that. And then you'd want to fill this reservoir. Take the cap off, fill it. We actually use filtered water for our cats. And then you put the cap back on the top. And you want to have this thing right near the fountain, because as you turn it over, a little bit of water can sometimes spill. So you want to kind of turn it quickly and then put it into place. That's the basics on how to clean this fountain. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you visit our website, debnroo.com. Thank you.